There are many resources out there about the major scale modes. Books have been written. There's videos, even videos on this channel, right? If you don't understand the modes or don't understand something about it, all of that data doesn't really have any context, right? It's far more effective to learn the modes and really anything if you start with the context first. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris. Today you will learn the major scale modes. Again and again, right? It's a confusing subject. All of that data sometimes even seems to contradict itself, right? And there's all kinds of numbers like sharp 4 and the thing, and then the weird names, right? You've heard major scale modes, Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian. Have you church modes? Have you heard that one? Like they all describe the same thing. All of that data describes why the scales sound the way they do. And the way the scales sound is the context, right? So in this video, we're going to start with the context and we're going to stay there. It's going to be context heavy, data light. I did a video right here earlier on the channel about the modes where I did it all through data. Like I just tore it apart from a geometric standpoint. It's a pretty good video. I think it's great. Most people thought it was really cool. A recent viewer said, oh, now I'm even more confused, right? Because all of that data without context doesn't mean anything, right? So you can read all you want about the modes. You can listen to me ramble and blather on about the sharp 4 and the flat 2, and it's never going to mean anything unless you've got the sound of the modes in your head and you're engaged and curious about it. Okay, so we're going to use one simple method. You've probably heard of this before. Hey, what are the major scale modes? Well, if you play a major scale and you start and end on each note, that's the modes. We're going to detail it out a little bit more than that, but that's the method we're going to use. No numbers, no math, start and end the scale on a different note. Let's get started. Okay, modes, context heavy. The context is how they sound. We're going to use that method by which, and you've heard this before, play and end the scale on each note in the scale and you'll get the modes. So let me just show you how that works. We're going to use the A major scale. That's the A major scale, starting and ending on the 5th fret on the E string, 2 octaves. In other words, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root, there's 1 octave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root, there's the 2nd octave. So that's just A major all the way through 2 octaves. Here are the fret numbers for that scale, starting on the E string. 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 4, 6, 7, 4, 6, 7, 5, 7, 4, 5. There's our major scale. So the only constraint we're going to use is the following. We're going to start that scale on each note in the scale. In other words, we're going to play those same notes, starting and ending on the 1st note, then starting and ending on the 2nd note, then the 3rd note, the 4th note, the 5th note, the 6th note, the 7th note. That's going to give us all 7 of the major scale modes. And we're only going to play up 7 notes because these are all 7-note scales. When you get to the 8th note, you're back where you started. Let me show you how that works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are both A notes. I'm back where I started. Back where I started, right? So each one of these is 7 notes. So that's it. Starting and ending on each note, going up 7 notes. Let's just jump in. The first scale is Ionian. Ionian is just another name for the major scale. Here's the first scale. Ionian is a major scale. It's one we've heard a billion times. The second mode is called Dorian, and it's a minor mode. So we're going to be starting and ending the scale on the 2nd note. Here it is. It's a minor scale. Whole different sounding scale, right? I'm only playing those 7 notes. I haven't changed the notes I'm playing. I'm just changing the order I play them in. That was Dorian. The third mode is called Phrygian. It starts obviously on the 3rd note. Here's the way it sounds, and it's also a minor scale. and notice that it starts with a half step. Interesting sounding scale, right? That's the sound of Phrygian. Phrygian's a minor scale. The fourth mode, built off the fourth degree, is called Lydian. Lydian is a major scale. Here's how it sounds. Fascinating sounding scale, right? That note has some serious weight to it inside the scale. That's Lydian. Next mode from the fifth degree is Mixolydian. Sounds like this. That's the chord that goes along with Mixolydian. Here's Mixolydian. It's also a major scale. That's the sound of Mixolydian. The mode built off the sixth degree is called Aeolian. Here's how it sounds. It's a minor scale. Pretty interesting sounding scale. The seventh degree is called Locrian. The scale we built off the seventh degree is called Locrian. Here's how it sounds. We're getting all these interesting sounds. I've only played 7 different notes. I've only played 7 different notes. It's all the context. Starting and ending on these notes is giving us different context to the same exact set of notes, the same exact structure. Starting and ending and hearing the difference is the context. We just ended on Locrian. And then just for the final context, listen to this. Back to major. Okay, there it is. Context first. Listen to the modes, right? All that data just describes what they sound like. We just spent some time listening to them. Using that age-old method, start and end the scale on each note in the scale, and you get the modes, right? All I did was put the name of the mode down there and tell you whether it's major or minor. That's it. Because we're starting with context. Let's just hear them. Hear how they sound, right? Hopefully that's a good way in. If you're not a geometric person and you're not like into the whole math of it all, this might be a better way to go. Okay, I've tabbed all this stuff out. All the modes in that position with the chords that go along, and I've put those tabs on Patreon. That's linked in the description below. Head on over there if you'd like to grab the tabs. I can't think of anything better I'd rather do with my time than share this information with you. So if you do decide to support the channel, I thank you in advance. Okay, one last thing I'm going to leave you with, which is an assignment, sort of a challenge. Go do this. Go back and listen to this video, watch the video, play these modes, and put in the comment which mode you think is most interesting. All right, I'll see you down there.